Here we are in the Back-to-Back Museum in Birmingham.
And we are trying to find out more about Kathleen's day's life in the back-to-back houses.
I'm scared to go. I have a cellar as well.
Professor Chin told us about the conditions that is like in the back-to-back houses.
So,
What did you see?
that's a house, right? Attic, bedroom, one room downstairs. Another house, attic, bedroom, one room, the entry.
Oh,
Right?
in the house?
back-to-back houses, isn't it?
Those are back-to-back. So they're back-to-back. See, there's the one room.
Look at the toilet for all of them. That's the toilet.
There's a chopped
Yeah, you do, go.
chopped up what? Rats. Oh, yes, it's a mouse caught in a trap, that's all.
Aww.
Now we'll look at, now in the 1920s, keep under the cover.
This has got posher now.
This is posh. Now, 1920s, you had flush toilets, okay? So you had a flush toilet.
But no toilet paper.
No.
The Birmingham Mail cut up into squares. You'd use a newspaper. That's what you would use.
What's that?
Newspaper.
Flush toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Someone use it?
Yeah. Once the newspaper's been finished, you cut it up in squares.
And throw it on a string like that, and that was your toilet paper. Now my husband was really thrilled because he thought he was really lucky because his grandmother kept a greengrocery shop. You know the oranges are we used to be wrapped in tissue
So they had
paper.
orange tissue paper.
And that's what she used to use. They used to iron it, and that was their toilet paper. Those are the miskins, or the dustbins. They were called miskins, yes? Yeah.
Miskins in Birmingham.
Yes. Now, they kept them quite near the toilets because you've got your slack and your coal and your ashes on the top. If your toilets were smelling, the first ones that we saw with the buckets, if they were really, really smelly, you used to put your ash on the top to quench the smell of it and then carry on using this on the top of that.
And this is what it was like living in these places, and they were all round Birmingham area, except a posh part of Birmingham, just over there, called Edgbaston. They were never allowed in Edgbaston, but they were everywhere else. So if you want to be posh, you live in Edgbaston, because there are posh houses over there. And this is what it was like all those years ago. There was no roads like this at all. There was just mud and rats and cockroaches and mice running everywhere. This is what it was like.
I thought the back-to-back houses were interesting and it was good to see how Kathleen Day was lived.
I thought the back-to-back houses were a really great experience for us young children to see for ourselves how them days like the 1930s and all them days and how it was. I thought it was very interesting and
It was good because
it's a very significant part of history.
Which room was your favourite?
Ooh, the sweet shop. Except for the sweet shop.
Is that what you thought? Do you like anything else with it? You like anything
I don't know, I think all the different houses had like individual like very like special like uniques and stuff like that, so yeah.
There's quite a lot of things we learned.
Yeah.
It's mostly the washroom and how they used to wash their clothes with the different, what are they?
Different
Dollies and
dollies and stuff like that. I thought the conditions that they lived in and how comparing them then to like now and how fortunate we are now, thinking how they had to share toilets when there could have been like nearly 20 of them living in the house and how they had to share beds, couldn't afford clothes.
I love visiting the Jewish house because you could see how they used to live and how religious they were, and also how many people they actually lived there. There were about 14 to 18 people.
My favourite thing was visiting the back-to-back houses because you got to experience how it was like living there.
And in those days, you pooed in a bucket, you peed in a pot. That's what happened in those days. You didn't have underwear in those days. All you would have had was just a dress, no shoes and socks at all. And all you would have had to eat was a piece of bread and a bit of soup and a glass of this horrible water or a cup of tea. That's all you would have. That's what happened in those days. Not the houses that you live in, little houses like these. And they've never had toilets in them at all. They've never had hot water in them at all unless you boil a kettle. You never went to school either. Schools didn't come here until 1896. And you usually had 10 or 12 or 14 brothers and sisters, loads of children. That's what happened in those days. And this is what it was like all those years ago.